Use a tape measure and place your big toe 5 inches from the wall. From this position, push your knee forward, attempting to touch the wall with your knee. Your heel must stay in contact with the ground. If you are able to touch the wall with your knee while keeping your heel down, you have adequate dorsiflexion. Make sure you test this on both sides. It's also important to note that one side might be a little different than the other. Stand with either your right or left side of your body facing a mirror, arms resting at your sides. Now, keep both arms straight and raise them overhead. If you got your arms parallel with your ears without your ribcage moving, you have passed this test. If you didn't, if your ribcage moved before your arms were overhead or your arms didn't finish parallel with your ears, you have failed. Don't dive straight into overhead pressing because you don't have the upper back and shoulder mobility to safely press a bar overhead just yet. Another shoulder mobility test is your arms are straight overhead and you are trying to touch your opposite hand to opposite shoulder in the back side. If you can touch both, you have great shoulder mobility. Maintaining appropriate hip mobility is important for proper form while completing squatting exercises, but limitations in hip mobility can also impact your day-to-day life. If you notice stiffness or pain in your hips with prolonged sitting, or if you struggle to squat, this test may help you determine if your hip rotation is limited. You can perform this simple test on your own at home. It is designed to assess your hip rotation mobility. Specifically, this helps evaluate internal and external rotation, only two of the motions that can be contributing to hip stiffness. Give this test a try on your own at home. Start by sitting on the ground with your hips and knees bent at 90 degrees as pictured here. Without using your hands for support, transition to sitting on your butt with your heels remaining in contact with the ground and your knees switching to the other side. Rotate both legs to the other side and make sure to keep your chest up. If you can do this without your hands, you have great internal and external hip mobility.